Dara Tarot, beautiful, beautiful art. So impressive. I had to order 2 immediately. And if you've ever seen me read, you know I like to do identical imagery. So that's why I have double decks or triple decks or more. But what do you guys need to know right now? You've been holding on too tight to something that needs to let go. You've been overprotecting your heart. There's something about this, and it's coming through with a little bit of fear. This is usually the card of the greed or the miser. It's also the one of the protected heart. You're holding too tight. You need to breathe, baby. You need to breathe. Magicians in the house, you have the skill set already within you. You already know what to do. You already know how to balance things. This is something, let the fear go, let the fear go. Open your heart again. It doesn't mean be stupid vulnerable, but allow yourself to be vulnerable and believe in something again. And then the Queen of Swords. Very, very fair-minded, very, very truthful, has huge amount of integrity. Really, really, she's right like 90% of the time, so don't doubt yourself anymore. Let go of the fear. The magic is right there. You have the ability to manifest. Do it.
Whew.
That's what your guides are telling you. So yeah, that means walk right into it.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. This one, when it says be vulnerable, when it says open up, don't fear, it means it. This is a great deck, guys.
So Kim wanted to know if you really said 780 decks.
No, I did not say 780.
She's checking if anybody else heard.
No, probably 710. That's probably closer to the real number. Because each of these holds 10, and sometimes I'll jam pack an extra in so they're 11. And yeah, there's quite a few. So,
Whew.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kayla said, beautiful, thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Good luck with it. Be brave. You got it. That's what it is. It's like, it's a difficult thing to ask sometimes, and your guides know it. So that's what I got.
Right, Brandy, will this holiday be peaceful?
Will this holiday be peaceful? Brandy, will this holiday be peaceful? And my first response is, what will you allow? And that doesn't mean what will you settle for. Do not confuse my words with the question. What will you allow? Will this holiday be peaceful? Slow these down. This is the unfolding path, and it's one that I begrudgingly bought and then fell in love with. But I didn't think I'd love it so much, and I did. Oh, I did. I wouldn't say it's going to be dull. It's not going to be a complete and total war zone, but there's going to be a lot of heightened energy going on. There's a need to hold your boundaries. You can do that in a peaceful way. This isn't the 5 of Wands. This is a fucking 7 of Wands. This means hold your boundaries and defend, but it doesn't mean that you have to be at war. Just hold your boundaries. Decide what you want it to look like and charge towards that. And then sit down and take it easy and figure out who's loyal, figure out where the loyalty is, figure out what it is you want that's important to you. What are you prioritizing? Because this one knows the value of something over time, over time, over time, over time. So what do you want to be remembered over time? It can be peaceful. Will it guaranteed be peaceful? No. Will you still have a little bit of chaos coming at you? Sure. But this doesn't feel like the 5 where it's mean girls and competition and strife. And no, it's not like that. This is the 7. So know what you want it to look like before you go into anybody else's home, into anybody else's situation. Know what your expectation is for peace. And if you need to step out and get a breath of fresh air or get a break from family or get a break from kids or the hubbubbery, whatever it is, you can create that peace. This one is not worried at all about anything. So know what it is you want to create. So that's what I get. It can be. What will you allow? That's what it comes through.
Okay.
It's not a guarantee. It's a what will you allow. And do not settle or be walked on either. This card of holding your boundaries doesn't mean putting up with fuckwits. It means taking your leave. Like, good to see ya. We gotta go. If that's the way it is, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Okie doke. Okay, Ange, do your commercial, please.
Oh, this is my commercial. Ta-da! This is what we do. We have the $20 blind oracle. You don't ask a question. You just get what you get. Whatever comes through, whether my guides bring something through with the oracles or there's something else going on in the oracles, I just randomly select whatever I'm drawn towards. You get the oracle reading, and sometimes it's 1 deck or 2 decks. Sometimes it's 4 decks. Whatever it is, you'll get the oracle reading. If you want to do the year ahead, that's $30. And that's 2 cards in the middle, all the 12 months around, and clarifiers as we go. On these ones, you don't ask a question. If you want to ask a question on these ones, you do. These ones you don't. These ones you do. So this is the full and mini. So the micros are 1, 2, 3 cards. The mini is 7 to 10. The full is usually 10 to 15, and I get nosy. And if you've been here before, you know I get nosy. There's usually 5 more cards than that. I get nosy, and sometimes I even try and we go in. So this is where we usually get 2 decks or 3 decks going on, see what's going on, and this is where you ask a question. If you want to get one of my specialty reads, I read the cards with the bones, the crystal ball, or do a past life reading, which are my favorite, and this is how you can pay me. Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. Venmo is the @ and A Feisty Butterfly. The Cash App is the Feisty Butterfly, $ the Feisty Butterfly, or the whatever you can call it, THE Feisty Butterfly. And then A Feisty Butterfly at Gmail is my PayPal. And you'll see my husband Phil's name. That's who's talking in the background. That's my husband. You might see his name on that. So that's what we got.
Kim put or 4 or 5 decks.
Well, I'm not saying I wouldn't get that nosy, because I do get nosy. And I've got the deck, so why not look, right?
Okie doke.
Yeah.
All right, we have Roxanne, and then we have Sandra, and then we have Smiling.
Okay.
Okay, and then Lanny looks like. Okay, so Roxanne would like to know, is someone interested in me, but I'm not picking up on it. This is a micro.
Michael, for Roxanne. Is someone interested in you? You're not picking up on it. We're going to the Fenestra. Now I call this the fucking Fenestra. It's the Fenestra deck, and it's beautiful. And I fell in love with it when we took the borders off, so it's going to be noisy on the shuffle. Sorry. Is someone interested in you that you're not picking up on? Somebody's a workaholic, a really, really workaholic. They're trying to work through some kind of breakthrough. Somebody around you that you might have interest in, or that you might consider in that kind of a way, is very, very workaholic energy. Really, really about the money, really about earning the money, work, earn the money, create the breakthrough, and then save. So whoever this is energy that we're picking up on, it's not so much the interest in love, it's interest in building security. That's what this person's interested in. Are they highly interested in you and charged up about you right now? No. They're interested in bank, save. Again, King of Pentacles energy coming in. I don't know what this is about, but this person needs to get their ducks in a row, and they're feeling a push, just as strong as any other push. They're feeling a push to get settled, to get their money in line, get their money in a row. Anything else on this? I'm getting nosy, sorry. Yeah, they're going to have a little bit of a challenge doing this, but once they do it, it's going to feel like victory to them. And it feels like sometimes, maybe it's old school to say, sometimes people have a one-track mind, but that's what it feels like this person has right now. And the track that it's on is not about love and romance right now. It doesn't mean other people don't notice you or see you in that way, but this is what's going on. So the one that you would be thinking of, or the one that comes to mind here, you'll know who this is that's like crazy workaholic right now. They're just figuring shit out. So that's what I got on that one. So, and it's not the bad thing. They're putting things in order. So that's what I got on that question. So, and this is the Fenestra Tarot. But you trust your own highest guides on this, your own highest good, your own higher self. You guys know. Judgment card comes out. This is to thine own self be true. This is what you need to remember most. This is major arcana coming out here. To thine own self be true. This is your higher call. Trust your higher self. All right,
Roxanne put, thank you, Angie.
You're welcome, honey. You are welcome.
Okay, we have Sandra, we have Smiling, we have Lanny, and we have Vika.
Okay.
Well, it's Vika for Julie.
Okay.
Okay, Sandra is a blind.
Sandra is a blind. Okay. We're going into the woods with you. We've got the Forest Spirits Oracle cards. And then I don't know if this is called the Hallowed Woods or what, but these ones are calling strong. So let's see what's going on. Distinction is coming in. There's distinction, untamed spirit, and enchanted. But this is coming in as a decision that needs to be made. It says, flaunt what makes you unique so that you can stand out and leave a lasting impression. This is also telling me, make a decision. What you consider something as a liability is really an asset. You'll know what that's about. You'll know exactly what that's about. You know who you've told to back the hell off, and you know what happens when they don't. So this is a huge one. You're making decisions and discernments about who you allow in your space. Untamed spirit coming in here, and it says, allow yourself to run wild and free as you explore your own fierce but gentle nature. And I would accent the fierce on this one. There's this need to understand that you can be fierce and it's just fine. These two want to come out right here. There's wisdom and otherworldly, and that's coming in with the enchanted. Let me take a look at this. The enchanted says it's time to connect with your inner child and find some joy in the simplest moments of life. And I want to see this wisdom and other worlds. Okay, yeah. This is wisdom, and it's telling you be at a point of cause. We talked about decision and distinction here. Be at a point of cause. You are making the choice. You are choosing how to chart your course going on. There is otherworldly help around. This is not just about you feeling like you're the enchanted fairy, but allowing the hints and what comes through as the clues from the otherworldly to be there. There is something about a burnt out tree. Now, this one, the back of this is like burnt out tree. This is blue, but there's something about like literally a burnt out tree. Why am I getting this? It's not chopped wood in the fireplace. It's a burnt out tree. It's like a lightning has struck a tree. Some decks even use that image for the tower. What's that about? It feels like the tower already struck. There's liberation already happened. Something that has been built up has already been torn down. You can honor the burnt out tree, honor what was. You can see the burnt out tree, but you wouldn't necessarily take shelter there. Don't go back and take shelter in something that's already burnt out. Awakening, yeah, there's something new happening entirely for you. It feels like something that this next year wants to bring in rather quickly. Anything else going on? This is like almost like loud alarm clock. This is almost like banging on the pans. What do they call that? New Year's Eve, when they're banging on the pans, the ball drops, that kind of thing. It feels like it's a very, very, the calendar mark is a very big mark for you. Reincarnation and the adversary. What is this you're conquering? You're going to do battle this year with something or some experience. Could be even a someone that you've done this battle before. You've done this battle a lot before. The adversary comes in and this is known. It's like, you know this pattern. You know what you've dealt with before. This one's coming in, but this one's coming in. And this one's like reincarnation. It's like you know how to handle this. It's not your first go around on this. You know how to handle this. Your eye is seeing more clearly. You're going to be able to handle it. You're not going to back down. You're going to be fierce. You're going to know what your own ferociousness is, and you're going to employ it. You're going to use it to thrive, to move forward. Yeah, be at the point of cause. That's important for you. That's what I've got. That's complete.
All right.
Yeah, I love that one for you. Yeah, it's very much the fierce. The fierce. Like, when Mama Bear energy is in the house and when the Mama Bear is fighting for her cubs, you just don't get in her way. And this is what you're like when you've decided on something. You get this Mama Bear energy for yourself. All right.
Okay, Ange.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. Yeah.
Sandra said thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, next up we have Smiling.
Okay.
Past life.
Yes! Yay! Okay. Haven't done this in forever. Yay! All right. Past life. Let's see what we got here. We got this one. Whoa.
What'd you do, Angie?
I don't know. Knocking shit over. Hang on. Or this one. What the world? Okay. All right.
Okay, Angie. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know which ones yet. It's been a bit. We're here.
Lanny, you're on deck.
I don't know if I need these or not yet. These ones I'm drawn to, so we're going there. We're getting something that's coming in as the king, but it's really coming in even stronger than this. This is a merchant of a group of people that are traveling people. The pilgrim is somebody that is also in this group of people that's moving, traveling. I don't know what they're moving around through or for, but it feels like merchants. It feels, I don't know if it's Silk Road or Silk Trade directly. What's going on here? Well, you got that, honey. Sorry. That's a wild one. Making him work overtime. Thank you, honey. The Hoarder. This one. And the Entertainer. Okay. Put this to the side. what we have is somebody that is a little bit of a merchant that's a little bit on the greedy side, and then we have also, again, I'm getting silk, silk, silk. It's like the veiled dancers coming in. Let's see what's going on with this. This is what the pilgrims coming in. The silk, the silks, the silks. You'll escape this one. This is you. This is them. This is you in the past life. This is one that is the veiled one, or the one that is the dancer. This is the merchant that's always hawking his wares and selling his wares. There's a dancer coming in, and I think the dancer is you as the entertainer. This one is getting more and more money. There you are. This is you in the finery right there. Tarot won't read tarot in these reads at all. Just don't even be surprised. Again, the entertainer, the dancer, there's the man showing you off, showing you off. This is like you are the commodity in this. In this past life, your beauty is the commodity. The way you move is the commodity. The way you show and display the silks in your dance and in the fabrics is what helps him move more fabrics through and sell more fabrics. It's really not a bad business model if you want to be in it, but I don't think you want to be in it. That's the thing. I think you feel like property and promotion more than partners, and I don't like that. This energy feels like he isn't honoring it as an equal partnership. This is, he has legality over you. I don't know the distinct relationship of this. I don't know if this is somebody that is parental, like like a stage mom, or if this is more of a romantic relationship. I want to ask what's the relationship? What's the dynamic between this? This is like a stage mom, stage parent. The truth of it is anything, cutting through anything. There's sharpness, there's harshness, there's a lot of legal deals going on, but this is anything. And this one, brandishing is very much the stage parent. This feels like a masculine. You feel like you're a feminine in this one, but it feels like you're the one that displays the wares, shows the wares. What happened to your mother? This feels like your father. It doesn't feel like he's corrupt to the bone or evil to the bone. He's just a greedy fucker. What happened to your mother is she did not live very long. This is one that she saw the doctor over and over for a course of years. I'm getting you coming in at like probably about 13 here. And I'm getting the doctor in a fatal doctor's visit when you're about, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years old. The mother passes. But this is what made him freak out. This is what made him hoard. All he knew to do was protect. So that's what he's trying to do as he's moving through. He couldn't keep her around, but he wants to keep you, and he wants to be able to have enough money. Boss, king. He's trying to do something that will provide a better home place. It's like you guys travel, but you don't have home place. He's trying to keep that. We've got the king coming in here with the crown again. And here we have all of this coming in, and architect, carpenter, is what he wants to do is build a house. That's probably what caused... It feels like bad bronchial shit for your mother. It's what caused this is too much exposure to the elements is what caused her, what caused the family the loss of the mother. I don't know if you have any siblings at all in this. It doesn't feel like there's any siblings at all in this. Okay, so what else is going on? Oh, we've got you a little further ahead down the track. Now you're older. This feels like you're 16, 17 years old. It's not just how fine the fabrics are that people are seeing how you are. Your beauty is something that is on full display. And this is something that does draw in people to buy fancy things. It does further corrupt him to some degree. It's like he hasn't outright sold you, but he wants to make a good deal and he wants to get a good dowry out of you somehow. Well, he wants you to marry up the ladder, up the status. Marry up status. It feels like you're willing to do this and create a better situation for yourself. I don't know that it's straight up out of love, but it's tolerable. What else is going on in here? There's agreements being made. Yeah, there's a money exchange, a deal is made, there's agreement made, yeah. This is all you and the upper class. This is when they notice you. These are you and the upper class, upping your station. Maybe not high authority, but higher than what it was. There's something that is monetary gain for here, big. This is pretty much what the card says right there. Basically, looks like third party. Basically, looks like somebody gets injured and dies. I want to know if that somebody is the spouse, or is this a lover that you took that you loved. Marriage operated differently then. It wasn't just about, till death do us part, blah, 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 and how we see marriage now in America. It was very different then. It feels like the lover is gone here. It feels like the husband is a philanderer to some degree. I don't know that you care so much. You had your own delight. But what it feels like is the one that you cared for was lost. Then what happened? Again, we've seen this card again. Look at this. This was a significant thing for you. Look. I know you just saw it, but look, it comes again. It's significant. It illuminates something. You want your freedom. You feel like you got a bad trade. This is where you go for your own independence. You go for your own freedom going forward. You realize that you were useful and that you were helpful to the degree you needed to help, maybe perhaps for survival. I don't think you judge your father too harshly, a little harshly, but not too harshly. Given the givens, he could have been a lot harder on him. I mean, he could have chose other choices, but he was very much stage dad, stage mom, and you were the commodity, and you were choosing your own freedom over that. This is where your own freedom kicks in. Show her that one. Let's see what's going on here. You're walking away. Yeah. You're walking away. You choose to get a settlement of divorce or a separation. I don't know what they would have called it back then, but you definitely walk away from the commitment that was there, from the dowry, whatever. You want your freedom, you'll take your freedom, and you would rather be in a lesser station than what you married into. What's going on here? You observe a lot of things. You watch the people a lot of things. You look back in time. This is you looking back and seeing your own wedding in time, seeing what happened. This is you looking back now. I have you somewhere around mid-30s going back, looking back in the mid-30s somehow at that. I don't think you had children in this life. I think you didn't want that because you were so gypped of your own childhood, is what it feels like. You played the parlor games, you were around the fine women, you did fine, but you know what it's like to work the boards. You've become somewhat of a chameleon in this. You know how to fit in multiple different places. You can work the boards, you can work the act, the performance, whatever it is. You can work the veils as much as you want, but you can also be among the higher class, the more upper class, and do just fine as well. You prefer to live on your own. You don't find it lonely. You grieve your one lover that you lost. You take other lovers along the way, but you do things on your own terms, and that's how you do it. You become a patroness. So this is... Here, show them this. You become a patroness. And you do have people that are suitors, but your heart was really with the one that was killed. That's what I've got. Anything else you need to know? Oh, okay. You know what your price is. You know your value. You know your worth. Because you've had to be so price-oriented. You know what your point is, and you don't want to necessarily sell out. You know what is valuable to you. You know what your own value is. and you know what matters to you, and even if it looks different than what it looks like for others around you, you know what makes sense to you. What keeps one person in integrity is not the same as what keeps another in integrity. You learned it really, really well in here. And this, when you became patroness, you wanted to allow other people to be able to do whatever it was they wanted to do. Whether they wanted to do something like with business or performing arts or art or whatever, you wanted to be able to allow that, and that's what you were able to do. Even though you must have cut a hell of a deal. Yeah. There's something about this, when this comes up, this person, the person that killed the other person, gets away with it and doesn't lose their station. And I think that's why you don't stay there. I think that's why you exit, and you're okay to exit. It's like it doesn't serve you, and it doesn't serve him to have that go public. That's what I got. That's complete. Holy cow, that's crazy. That's what I got.
Wow, Edge.
Yeah. Yeah, I love doing past lives. And this is I think it's called the Romantic Tarot here, and the Past Lives cards. And the Wild Unknown Archetypes. So, that's what those were. Yeah, love those.
Yeah,
Wild.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
since,
it's been a
Past
while
Life.
since we did a past life.
It's great.
Yeah, I love them. Love them. They're my favorite. And I never know where they're going to go. You never know. But that one, being a patroness, mattered to you. It was big. It was a big deal. Okay.
All right, Edge.
Mm-hmm.
I just got chills. Thank you.
Yeah, it might be also, if there's carryover in this life, it would be where you would be very much supporter or benefactor of others in pursuing endeavors that keep them in integrity with themselves so they don't feel exploited. So you would make sure to look out for others in a way that they would honor their craft, their skill, their talent, their gift, in a way where somebody else is a stage mom or stage dad and not taking advantage, and they're not in a situation where they're so kind of married off to the highest bidder, so to speak.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what we got.
Good deal.
Yeah.
All right, and yes, we are recording Smiling, so you can see your
Yeah.
read
It'll be on
after the
YouTube.
show. It'll probably half an hour after the show.
Something like that. However
All right.
long it takes to upload.
And Smiling put there is a lot of carryover.
Yeah. There almost always is. That's the thing. That's the craziest thing about that. There almost always is. Now, not everything is carryover, but the lessons that you're meant to be learning and picking up on or adding to or layering in, there's going to be carryover in one way or another. Yeah.
Good deal, Hinch.
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay,
right.
Next up we have Laney.
Okay.
Mini read. Oh, sorry. Yes, mini read.
Okay.
And this is Will We Get Out of California in 2025?
Lanny, will we get out of California in 2025? We're going to the Anna K for you, Lanny.
Julie, you're on deck.
Will we get out of California in 2025? It's going to be a tricky thing for you to do. You need to get out of there. These are coming through so jumbled. You need to get out of there. Yes, you will. It's going to be a little bit trickier. Staying there doesn't behoove you and it doesn't serve you. That's the truth that you need to do. You need to be able to look back on something. You got the Sword of Truth here, challenged by the worry about loss. So the worry about loss, right timing, all of that. You're getting access to something that you want to do and the opportunity to do it with the Ace of Cups. Five of Coins say there's something about out in the cold. It's like you're going to go to a whole different kind of situation. I'm getting the words city mouse, country mouse for whatever reason. That's what I'm getting. It feels like you're going to move to a place where the cost of living is less. It might not be country and redneck Hickville, but it's definitely going to feel a little bit different. Yeah. You're going to be away from what you thought was the norm, away from where you were like conform, be in this particular way. Away from a little bit of shallowish is coming through here. When people are really shallow or vain or in this mode, when it'd be like if all people thought of California was Hollywood and you would be moving away from Hollywood into something like, I don't know, Wyoming BFE, you know, you don't know where, but you're going to feel like away from what feels like the norms or what you're used to, that is the built up, seen as the frou-frou fancy, and you're going to be just fine with it. This is where you're going to feel a little bit of loneliness and isolation on your own after you do leave, but yes, you will. The Eight of Swords, you'll look back and you'll remember how trapped and stuck you felt. But the Tower is something that you're ready to do and move down. The Tower is it's going to happen. It's something that was going to provide liberation. So one way or another, yeah. I want to look at this. We're getting the Moon, the High Priestess, and the Four of Cups. Don't refuse the offer that comes through. Don't refuse what it is that you need to do. This is a card of refusal and pouting. It's not going to look as perfect as you want it to look in all the details. There's going to be some things that are mystery for sure. These are things that are hidden. You want to make sure, especially with the Sword of Truth up here, I would read the fine print on everything, but know what it is that you're willing to let go of. Know what it is that you're willing to change. Know what your sticking points are and know what they aren't. And ask deep questions, bigger questions. What's the point of doing the move? What's the experience you hope to gain? This is important. Because it's going to look like, I'm not sure if I should do this. I'm not sure if I should do this. This is a card where you need to trust your intuition. This is a card where it can be deceptive, but you have to go deep. You have to really go deep. And this is a card where you're weighing the domestic versus the wild. Again, referencing city mouse, country mouse, that kind of thing coming in. And the High Priestess, you need to go deep to what it is your soul needs. It's in the blueprint for you to do so. Don't refuse whatever it is that's coming in. It's important for you to realize things are going to be picking up for you, and it feels like spring is really a good time for you. I don't know what that's about. I wouldn't get all uptight about it in the month of January. It feels like springtime. This is coming in springtime. Springtime's when it is. Yeah, springtime, and the family takes a leap of faith. It's like all 10 cups are going with us. They're all packed in this little sack ready to go. It's like you got to hold on for a little bit more, and it feels like the resentment and the bitterness is a little bit in the situation. Don't let it overtake you. And there are guardrails on this. There's a divineness on this. There's something that wants to come through. When you get Temperance coming through with this 10 of Cups energy, Temperance isn't on the deck, but it's throughout the whole field. And there's victory on it. Yeah, this is what's coming through. There's going to be a victory on this. I think you're going to do this before June. I don't know. Fingers crossed. I hope so. Because it feels like that's the energy that's trying to push you or guide you or angel wing you forward. That's what I've got. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know what this is that you're doing or trading places and spaces and moving for. But understand your reasoning and understand the deep spiritual reasons that you want to do it. And it will help make it easier to do and help let go of things and not get stuck in your own way. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's the Anna K Tarot. I love that deck. It's beautiful. It's tricky and trippy and interesting and yeah.
All right, Lenny put great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck. You are welcome. You're welcome. But it doesn't feel like January, so don't freak out. Maybe like start getting rid of shit that you don't feel like you need to move. You can do that easy enough. I would start doing that in January and February, but it feels like it won't be January. But that doesn't mean don't clear. Get rid of shit you haven't used. When in doubt, throw it out for sure if you're moving.
Yes, yeah. As people that just moved.
As people that just moved. And we found our place in like February, March last year and moved in April. And so, yeah.
This year, not last year. Almost
last year. 2024. Obviously, we're here. But yeah. Okay.
And get movers.
And yeah, well, if you can.
Yeah, if you can get movers, man. That's fantastic.
It's the first move in my life we ever had movers, and I loved it. Okay. All right.
Okay, where's your commercial? Why don't you do your commercial one more time?
This is my commercial. Okay, so what you just saw me do a little bit ago was the past life reading. And that's the past life read there. That's where we go in and we just look what's going on with the cards and go into the past life. Or crystal ball or bones. That's my specialty reads. Those are $50. If you want to ask a question, just like a minute ago about moving, that's a tarot reading. You could do a mini or a full for $30 or $40. They're usually 7 to 10 cards or 15 to 20 cards, depending how nosy I want to get and how much deeper and deeper and deeper we want to go. So it just depends. And then here, the blind and the year ahead, those you don't ask a question. So that's 20 and 30. And you don't ask a question. Whatever comes through, comes through. If my guides come through with information, they'll come through with information. And it's probably oddball and weird, but I have just learned over the years, you just follow the nudge. You always follow the nudge. And if somebody hears, okay, look for, the beaver on the side of the road, look for the coonskin hat, whatever, that's what's going to come through. I don't get in the way of it. It's just, I'm the messenger. You have PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. I think Venmo is the @ A Feisty Butterfly. Cash App is $, The Feisty Butterfly, and PayPal, afeistybutterfly@gmail.com. Is that right?
Yes.
That's right.
Perfect.
Full commercial. That's it. I hate doing the
Kim put, don't forget your hourglass.
Oh, yeah. I'll read the hourglasses just like I'll read a crystal ball. So if you see up there, will you show them up there? up there in that corner. This is something, I'll do hourglass or bones or charms. I mean, I like reading lots of things. And I do have some, like, dowsing rods that are somewhere on the way. I ordered them, like, a week ago. It's like, ugh. But anyway, there's the hourglass there, and then there's one over here. And the white one is more feminine. This one's more masculine. And I'll read those just like I would read a crystal ball. So, yeah. So those are interesting reads. And the bones and the charms and you name it. And I have bones downstairs that I'm working on creating some new bones before the new year. But I need to get some, like, rubber gloves and some, like, scrubby, the Brillo scrubbies to steel wool, scrub the bones off, and then I'll treat them and paint them and get them ready.
Right, and for Laney's reach, you put spring cleaning, LOL.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly so. It's so hard to do. And if you have somebody that's like a friend or a family member that's like, check it, get rid of that, that helps you so you're not, dreading over each little thing, it's really helpful to have somebody, third party, help you get rid of your shit. Yeah.
Third party.
Third party. Uh-huh.
Okay, next up we have Julie for a blind.
Julie for a blind. Okay, well, I'm going to the yellow ones here. Hang on.
Brandy, you're on deck. I need your question when you get a chance. Brandy, then Sarah.
All right. We've got the Yule ones, and then we've got a Sarah Marchetti. I think this is Legacy of the Divine Oracle, and it's got no keywords. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But we're going to go into the Yule first. See 2 messages from here, and then we're going to go into Ceros. Or Kairos. I don't know how you call this thing. It is very still, very quiet. You've got Cold Moon and Silent Night. And Cold Moon is saying, take the dreariest of moments and release for their tongue and nourish me with light. This is it's the return to sender energy that's coming through. And, like, I don't know who on TikTok is doing it, but I saw it in some of the TikTok Witch Talk is doing a return to sender thing. It's also asking for justice. I think she's doing it at 3, 6, and 9, and asking anybody that feels inclined to put that energy out there. So this is something that feels like a more personal level where you're asking to be released. Something if somebody's talking smack about you or got bad energy, or if you're just doing a little too much self-sabotage and you're asking for justice and karma to come through a little bit bigger. That's what's going on with this. The Silent Night. It says, if by night the world should sleep, a sleep so deep the silence is deafening, there would sound nothing at all, nothing would sound. This is telling me the lack of vibration that comes from stagnancy isn't serving you any further. You do need to do some kind of releasing thing around Christmas. This is something where the moon is big. You can do releasing. This is important. When there's significant calendar dates, when there's significant full moons, we can do these kinds of things. This is a return to sender. It's asking for justice to come. And one of my decks, the justice chair, is empty. It's as if waiting for somebody to come inhabit the chair and give themselves their own good justice. It's not that we get to be karma, but we get to release things to allow karma to float through and move through a little easier. And this is what's happening in the quiet. The vibration needs to shift and it needs to be changed. And the vibration that is the lower vibration, the colder and the more heavy vibration needs released. All right, what's going on here? There's a groundedness that needs to come through. This is a groundedness where you understand what it is that is your ability to support. Your ability to hold, their ability to maintain it first comes from being grounded. So we got one. Next one out. This is something about wrapping yourself and I'm getting something, and I don't know the song well enough. I'm just getting this very far out, Wash Me Clear lyric, and I'm getting something about like sacred bath, spiritual bath, this kind of thing where you wash away something that's painful and you let it really go. You really let it go, and then you wrap yourself. This is something where you treat the vessel of who you are as holy and as sacred, and don't carry with you the hurt that's been lingering a little over long. The things that didn't play out, the regrets or the things, the what ifs, they no longer need to be carried in your person. You need to be lighter. You need to have less weight in the soul to carry. It doesn't matter the religious thing you use, the token or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. It's all coming into balance, and it's happening for many people around you. It's why you need to be grounded and clear for yourself. Grounded and clear for yourself. There's something that's coming up in the way you see things. Your faith has shifted and changed. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't match your siblings, or if it doesn't matter if it doesn't match your friends or whatever you think. Your faith in the world has changed. And the heaviness needs to be let go. And the faith in the world, the faith in what the world can be, needs to return to you. The magic needs to return once more. There's something calling through as an echo of time. Now, show her this card and then I want to take it back. There's something calling through as an echo of time. There's something about that magician calling through as an echo of time. And this one, you want to be careful how it's held. And then pass it back to me. Then we'll look. There's a release. Definitely a release. It's like somebody you think of too much. Somebody that's had your mind about them too much. Has held you a little bit captive a little too long. That's the feeling of it overall. It feels like you risked vulnerability, shared some vulnerability, and perhaps got stung a little bit much. And this feels in the past, and it feels like there's an echo of this, a reminder of this. This is the prosperous woman coming through, or the release coming through. This is no longer are you going to fear for your own security. You're going to know that you can do whatever it needs to do, even if you have to do it with a little bit of a slightly spikier nature. You're gonna take care of what you need to take care of from yourself, for yourself, because you're rooted. There's a suspension in time now. If we think of a liquid suspension, when you take like medication and it's liquid suspension, they call it. It's like a thick liquid, usually like a cough syrup or something like that, right? Whatever the energy, whatever the magic of the medicine is, it's in this slow, thick, molassesy, cough syrupy kind of thing. This is what's going on. There's been this movement that's been suspended in time, and the medicine needs to work its way through in order for the poison to leave. There needs to be release done, but you let the poison leave. Whoever the fool is that thought they were in charge, they've never been in charge. It gave them a little bit more of a job than they were supposed to be able to handle. This is giving someone a little bit more authority, more power, more influence on you than you thought. You thought it was a good thing at the time, but it's not a good thing. So no, stick to whatever it is that you know for your own higher self. You know best. Don't let monkeys run the show at all. Not at all. This one comes through as just like a comedic influence here. Yeah, that's what I've got. That's coming through pretty strong. This is huge work for you, this clarifying thing. It restores your faith in humanity when you get this, when you get rooted and grounded in your own soul, in your own self, when you get clear of what this debris is, this energetic debris that you don't have to carry anymore, is huge for you. And it changes your vibration. Then the silent night thing becomes, instead of a low vibration, it's a clear note. It's a clear note, like a clear in the rafters float note, like a soprano would sing that. Crystal clear, perfectly, beautifully. Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, what deck is that?
This is Cyril Marchetti's, and I think it's the Divine Legacy, or Legacy of the Divine Oracle, something like that. It's a Cyril Marchetti deck. One of the 20 Cyril Marchetti decks that I've got, but it's a great one. So it's got like a Legacy of the Divine that is the tarot, and then this is the Oracle one. So that's what I got.
All right, Julie says thank you. It really resonated.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. Yeah, it's going to resonate more and more as the year goes on. Think about the quiet and the vibration. If the quiet gets you in a heavy vibration, you need to shift it somehow. Yeah.
All right. Hi, Tess. Tess is here.
Hi. Good to have Tess here.
Krista put I have one of his Grand Lux.
Yeah. He's excellent at tarot and oracle and Lenormand, and like the Gilded Reverie is a Cyril deck. There's a ton of his decks that are good.
Sir, were you able to see who that influential person was? No?
No, I didn't see it. I think you know it. I think you know it because this person would be somebody that made you feel like unrooted. Because the rooting in the card... Let's see if I don't know if I mixed it back in here. This one. It's where this needs to be like, it's on her back almost as if it's a tattoo on her back, but it's the roots that need to be there, and it's something that didn't offer much support to you, and it's somebody that perhaps was supposed to be in a role where they could support you, but kind of let you down. So you'll know who that is, and it could be even more than one person that you've experienced the same kind of a lesson with. So that's what I've got. So you'll know. And that doesn't mean assign everybody this. Just kind of let it be. You're able to get rooted and grounded and have those roots go out further for yourself than you realize.
Great, good deal. Okay, next up is Brandy.
Okay.
Need her question though, so we're waiting on that. I don't know, hopefully it didn't get filtered.
Okay, what kind of read is it?
It's going to be, okay, here we go. It is a full read, whatever my guides want me to know.
What does Brandy's guides want?
Sarah, you're on deck.
Okay. Brandy's guides, we're going to the Hanson Roberts for Brandy's guides. What does she want? We're going to the tilde spread. Okay, all right. This spread I call the tilde because it looks like something that I think is called the tilde. It's that kind of sideways S, and then it's got, for me, it comes through with 2 hash marks through it. So that's what's going through. That's the shape of the spread. What do your guides want you to know? I'm getting the word liberty coming through as strongly as when Mel Gibson yells freedom in Braveheart. Liberty is something. It's your liberty. It's liberty, liberty, liberty. That's the call. And it's got more than one meaning. It's multiple meanings of that word. So if somebody gets liberty and they're in the service in their armed forces, they're getting free time, right? They're at liberty. They can do whatever it is they want to do. They're not on the clock, right? Liberty, liberty, liberty is coming through. Liberty and justice for all. This is freedom, balance, happiness, how you create harmony, how you create more peace for yourself. How do you manage that increment of time or money or effort or gifts that you have? This is the liberty of it. We've got the 3 of rods. You've already sent something out and it wants to come back to you. There's a transformation already happening. Something else has already ended. This comes through as almost the metaphor I'm getting is the letter that, like, it's over, it's done, ended. It could be final payment, final letter, final note, final discussion with whatever is ended so you can transform and move forward. This is ended. It comes through like a Dear John letter. Like when somebody writes a letter and texts somebody, or they used to write a letter and I'm dumping you, I'm sorry, I fell in love with someone else. This is what this comes through as. I have no idea why, but that's what it's coming through as. So you've already created some other situation that's better for your highest good. Somebody else is getting the Dear John coming up. I don't know why. And your own happiness depends on it. You are taking your leave, by your leave, taking your liberty, going forward. This is huge for you. You know the truth. You know what it needs to be, and you're ready to leave the battlefield. You're going to leave something old behind. It doesn't serve. It doesn't serve to continue to add insult to injury, to continue in the ruthlessness, and to continue on the battlefield of defeat. You're fucking done. You're fucking over it, done. Then here we have the 6 of rods now. I want to see what's going to happen through here, so we're going to let the tilde bars come in through here, right through here with this deck. Wow, okay, look. Yeah, it's in the works. It's in the works for you already. The universe has it ready. It's ready to gift it to you. You're at the crossroads. Get off the fucking crossroads. You don't sit with your car at the intersection forever. Once the light changes to green, you go. So do whatever it is. You're at the intersection. The universe is waiting for you to go. You're waiting for everything to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect, but it's got enough of a gift. You're ready to go. There's victory in it when you do. Don't sit at the crossroads forever. And don't make an emotionally overheated decision. You need to employ your emotions, but not in a way that's overheated. Okay, coming through here, we've got the Ace of Pentacles coming in and the 2 of Cups. Now this is, you're looking for something that's a more perfect fit, a more perfect union, a more perfect partner. This could do with business, it could do with relationship, but what it's saying is you're leaving something else in the past, and now you get the big reward. Now you're talking. You're getting somebody with skin in the game. You're getting somebody that's really ready to invest. Somebody's up-leveling, and they're really ready to move forward huge. What are we getting here? Knight of Cups. This is you questing for the ground. This is not someone else entering in. As soon as you put the validation or anything else in somebody else's hand, you give away too much of your power. You've learned this already here. You aren't doing it here. You understand. The breakthrough is huge here. You're not going to be defined by whatever else is like this again. You won't have that. You hold your own boundary here. What else is going on?
LOL, I've applied for a much better job. I feel good about it.
Yeah. Yeah. This 10 of coins indicates really good. Now, this is what's held you back before. Limiting beliefs, limiting beliefs. Maybe you held on a job that, like, you stayed in a little bit too long. We can do this with jobs or with relationships or all kinds of situations. But you're coming through as fearless, fearless, fearless. Again, liberty, release, freedom. Letting go of doubts. Letting go of the old. Calling in your power. Wow. Calling in, sending out the new message. And then look at this. Powerhouse, breakthrough. Huge, 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 fucking huge. I love that. Yeah. You hold your own. You hold your own ground. You hold your own ground. And you hold it well. Stand for what it is that you stand for. That's important for you. Anything else? Yeah, you got the magic. You're going to manifest exactly what you need to have. Don't even worry about it. The universe has you on this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't let self-doubt or don't let your brain get into the overthinking space. Just do, do, do. Keep moving forward. It's on your path. It's going to be fine. There's just money and money and money and money. Security and more security. And I don't think it's just because suddenly you're raking in the dough, which I would love that to be the case. But I think it's also this belief in self. You know that you're ready to take on something a little differently. That's what I got. I love that for you. Yeah. Yeah, and it's whoosh, and like claw marks, almost like 2 claw marks whoosh, down here. Yeah. And this is the Hanson Roberts Tarot. And this is the biggest size that this card gets. And I wish they would make a bigger size of this deck. It's a beautiful size deck. But I took the borders off of this one. And then they even have a smaller one. And it's like, this is the biggest size you can find it in. It's an oldie, but one of my favorites.
And what was that sound effect one more time?
Yeah.
All right, I've got the job in the bag. Lots more money and benefits.
Yay! Yeah. Yeah, don't doubt anything. You're on your path in such a good way. I love this for you. And like, who doesn't love this? This is about how you leave your mark in the world. This is legacy. How you leave your mark and breakthrough. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. That's beautiful for you. Good luck and congratulations. I think it's fantastic. All right.
That's what Kim put too. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's really good. And it probably feels like 1,000,000,000% better. Love it when that happens. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes,
It was
thank
way
you.
past time to move on.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? We do when we know to do better, we do better. Sometimes we stick around and debate, but hey, it's all good. All right.
Okie doke. Okay, next up is Sarah
Okay.
for a year ahead.
Sarah for a year ahead. Ooh, we're going to Dark Mansion for Sarah for the year ahead. This is one of my all-time favorite decks.
Krista, you're on deck.
Sarah for the year ahead. I'm not even getting to start in December, so it tells me the rest of December, not necessarily that it's the easy street, but it's getting me to start in January. On some of them, I'll start, even if it's halfway through the month or whatever, I'll still start in that month, and it feels like, no, that's not the thing to do. So, okay. Oh, well. We've got you as the little miser here, and I love how they illustrated this. This is the card of hoarding. This is the card of protecting a little bit too much. The person's got enough money for whatever it is they're getting. They've got enough, but they're holding on too tight. They're acting like they don't have enough, when really they do. So don't let your brain get in this place of fear. This is a card of greed or of miser, or of fear that you're not going to have enough, when really you got more than your arms can hold. So just be aware. Don't let fear take over. Judgment. Trust your higher self. This is the challenge of the year for you. To thine own self be true is what I call this card. It's restoration, reclamation. It's things being made whole. It's the card of resurrection. It's really the higher self calling you back to yourself again. So that's what's going on. Now let's see what's going on all the way around. All the way around the year. Let's see. December, January, February. December, January, February, March, April, May, June. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. September's a stubborn one. It's like you really want August to go on and on and on. Yeah, this is very nice summer, warm summer nights, warm summer romance things going on. August is hot August nights coming through big time. And you want it to carry over from September. Wow. Okay. We'll let that be where it is. October, November. Okay. Wow. Okay. Now here we start. We've got December. We weren't worrying about it too much. And we were starting in January. The Hermit. On your own. This is on your own. Learning your own lessons. Doing your own thing. Having the dark night of the soul. All the soul growth shit that happens on those cold and chilly evenings of January. Especially when we're single in a chilly January night. We feel it very pronounced. But this is like, those hermit evenings are really good for you right now. They're good for your soul.
But I'm moving up into a new salon suite.
Oh, excellent. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah. Well, this is like you're going to have the knowledge to do it. You'll have the knowledge to do it. Now, in February, you're going to feel a little bit stuck, a little bit trapped. You know when you get the trade-offs or when you... Everything has trade-offs. There's plus and minus to every situation. You're going to be feeling some of the minus and like some of the... Maybe the drawbacks. It's not such a bad thing. You can wriggle free or adjust whatever needs adjustment, but it feels like there needs to be an adjustment. Like, look at this card. Look how she's all stuck, but the swords are all dug into her dress. They're just stuck there. Now, put the card down. This is the adjustment. You know when the bra strap needs adjust, the sisters need adjust, whatever. It's an adjustment. It's not the end of the world. It's just a little adjustment. This is what it feels like it is. You got to kind of wriggle in the new place, wriggle in the new space. You're going to be just fine. Adjustment. That's what's coming in for February. March comes in a little bit different. There's a little bit of nostalgia going on in March. Ooh, loving this Nine of Wands, the Ian McShane card to me. This one always makes me think of Ian McShane. It's the Nine of Wands. It's defending new territory. There's guardrails on that. It's resilience. It's this thing where usually you see the wounded soldier there. They know how to do the battle really well, but they know how to hold their own and protect their territory. They're beyond the 7 where they're figuring out their boundaries, and now they're protecting it. So you're protecting the asset in March. That's what's going on. Don't refuse the new gift in March. That's what's coming up as an opportunity to do. Don't let yourself get all moody and broody and when is spring coming? It will come soon enough. Summer's going to hit hard. But it's going to feel like in March, you've still got that wintry feeling going on. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get your mood. And don't get too navel gazing, even though you've had the Hermit here in January. Okay, April. April, we see the 5 of Swords. There's a battlefield you don't even need to be on. And you're coming through as the bandit here. This is like you've proven your point. So this is not the time to lather, rinse, repeat, and add insult to injury and be right. Who gives a fuck? You need to be off the battlefield entirely. It's not the time to be defeated. It's not the time to get into arguments. April isn't the time to be petty or argue or squabble about nothing. You know what you know, so clear the decks. That's April. May. The Magician is in the house. Now, this is a great magician. Show her this. This one I love, too. This one has all the elements to create whatever experiment successfully that they want to create whatever is the chemical response, the manifesting response that needs to be happening. It's more than just alchemizing. It's also manifesting. So this is May, June. King of Swords. What's going on here? It's a bigger deal than you think is what I'm getting. There needs to be planning for the next 3 months. 1, 2, 3. This one was a big boom. You need to be logical in June. You can have the terrors, the anxiety, the stress, the fear. Now this one, if you don't get it handled and you don't get the rest and you don't pay attention to the rude awakening in the night and the aha and the epiphany, then the universe throws you the tower. Then it's like, oh fuck. This is the minor version of it. So something that's scaring you, your emotions are getting the better of you, and the logic needs to be relied upon more. Empress, this is a new project. You're going to be asked to up your game as far as responsibility goes, to take on new projects, new creative endeavors. You're upping your game. You're putting more skin in the game. You're investing more in something so it can grow. You need to be logical about it, not just afraid, but logical. That's what's going on in June. July, look at this. The Money King is here. The businessman, the business grows. It tells me that the decision that you make here is going to grow in July. This is good. In August, this is the Knight of Cups. Now, this is when you might be a little over-idealistic in your thinking. This is also coming in as hot summer nights and good love romance. Everybody likes the hot summer nights. All those summer nights like they sing about in Grease, man. They're good, but don't overextend yourself in this month. It doesn't mean you have to be freaked out and overly frugal. But you do need to be strategic and practical in August. That's what's coming up here. Pay attention to your higher self on this. Not your emotional self, but your higher intuition, okay? September, the sun is on this. You're going to see what needs to be exposed, your hopes and dreams and wishes. It needs to be incremental through here. Your plan for these next 3 months, when it starts in June, July, August, September, you need to have incremental plans. And your hopes and dreams, you don't just get there all in one day. And you can't procrastinate it and make it so big and you're thinking so big that you won't do anything. This is the window shopper card. You have to go in the store and actually buy the thing. Get your hands on a couple of the things. Does it mean you buy the whole damn store? No. But you have to choose some new things. And you have to be a little plucky, a little more ambitious than you have been through here. You've been a little bit riding on the easy street, coasting for a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of disruption, but you're going to be calm. You're going to move forward. This is the one that's the most compassionate, the most spiritual of the kings. This is the one that is gentle and kind-hearted and handles the emotional turbulence well. He's not cold and distant like this one is, but he sometimes is perceived as aloof because he's trying to be practical too. He's compassionate. He's got a lot of foresight. Sometimes he's a little misunderstood, but you're handling a lot of different emotional things. You're riding the surf. This one's Big Kahuna, okay? This is happening in September. This is the month that is big, big, big. Now, October, you're getting access to something new. This is Keys to the Kingdom, accessing something totally, totally new. So whatever you're taking on here in June is getting bigger, grow, 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 grow. In October, you're feeling like you've made right choices through here. In September, those choices are important and you will have made right choices. Information comes through and you get a new start. This is big, 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 big. You get the new project coming on here, the new responsibility, but you're also getting a new start and it's like a new infusion, a new energy. This is the start of the tarot. This one is when there's fertility and a project ready to go, right? This is when you're taking a leap of faith. There's something coming up here. Trust the universe has you. You walk away from something that's happened all through here that you let go of. And it's not the end of the world. It's just whatever it is that you're longing for, you're going to head exactly towards. What else do we got here? It's like, it's not even that all these cups are spilled. Many of them are full. It's just you're looking for new horizons. New things opening up for you. Ooh. New love and new choices of passion and of purpose. And they might both be in the mix coming up in that month of December next year. Oh, they are in the mix. They are. Looky, look. Looky, look. It's choosing. This is like feeling more career than love. But in December, it switches. This is like all this heat coming through here. And then in December, new choices are made. Lovers' choices are made. That's what I've got. That's what's coming through for you. This is gorgeous. This is the Dark Mansion Tarot, and I love it. Love, love, love it. But that's what I've got. So it'll be time to make your selections wisely and well. And it's going to be about more than just the job, just the money, just the projects. It's also going to be about the lovers. And it's going to be soul contracts and things like that are big in that way. That's what we got. Gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, this is big year. Big year, yeah. A little bit of adjustment here in February. Shift. That's it. Good to go. Yeah.
Okay, Angela.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Yeah, I love it a lot.
Sarah put, oh my God, thank you. I was scared to jump into a new business, plus I'm married.
Yeah. It seems like it gets sweeter as the year progresses. It doesn't mean it's easy street, but it means that it gets sweeter, it gets deeper, it gets more consistently good. It brings more and more forward, more and more forward, more and more forward. And it makes sense to you as you go. So yeah, that's what I got.
Woo!
Yeah, I love that. Congratulations. That's a happy. Yeah, that's a happy.
Good deal.
I planned some time in December where you could like do something where you go see the Northern Lights or whatever. If summer's, the hot August nights and you can get the Northern Lights in December somewhere, wouldn't that be something? It feels like romance is big in this half of where it came through. So yeah.
I'm excited. Love you, Angie.
Thanks.
All right, Krista, you're up
Okay.
next. I need your question when you get a chance.
Let me get some water.
So this will be the last read unless somebody else comes through, or we will close the list at the bottom of the hour. So we got a little time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
What's the lesson around my dad, Joe? And this is a mini.
What's the lesson around your dad, Joe? We're going into the moon garden. Surprised we're in here. What's the lesson around your dad, Joe? We've got the Page of Staffs and the Ace of Staffs. And there's something about an era of something being done, an era of something being done, the way that the main project, the main work was done. It's just something, that era, that time has passed. There's a fierce independence, a stubborn will coming through that's really, really strong. It's not a bad thing, but there's many ways to thrive. And it feels like that there's a stubbornness to do it in an old school way that does not serve. The Page wants to do it in a new way with new information. The new start here. But it feels like his lesson and the way he did it was the only way he can see it done. What's it about? It doesn't mean that one way is wrong and the other way is right entirely. No, there's a more blending that needs to come in. A more blending. We're in the moon garden here. The Empress over here. Six of Pentacles here. How to weigh it out, and somebody just getting the crumbs, the crumbs, the crumbs. It feels like somebody thought they were doing really good too. It would be like somebody that's a workaholic and thinks they're doing really, really good to provide a really good life, but they miss out on a lot of events because they're so busy working, and never really being present in the moment and catching the time and the small opportunities when they should. It feels like that somebody just got the crumbs. There's a different way to do this thing with a project, with mothering, with all of that. There's a different way to do it. There's a looking back towards what was painful and the lessons in love lost. You can look back on them, but you can do them differently going forward.
That's him.
Yeah. And it's not that it's not that you were never good enough for this person. It's their way of doing, and what they were trained and what they learned and knew how to do was the only way they knew how to do. It was what they felt they had to do. That's what they felt they had to do. That's how they lived up to being a good person. The Two of Swords. There is more alike in you than you realize. And one is not exactly the same as the other, but the emotion needs to be honored a little bit more. Let's go into Moon Garden here. What's the offshoots here? Hang on, let me get all the cards. That's helpful. Same deck, second deck. The lesson is... one of the lessons coming through in this Empress, it's a heady lesson, but it's like the Empress knows what she needs. The Empress, if she's the pregnant woman, she knows what she needs. If you know you need a V8, if you know you need whatever, you know what you need, and you know it better than what you've been told. That's a hard lesson between parents and kids, or even in just relationships in general. It's a hard lesson to let somebody else learn the lesson their own way. And often the parents want you to do it their way because they're sure, absolutely convinced they're going to protect you from harm or hurt or doing it the wrong way, which they don't know best, but they think they do, and they're trying hard to help. They don't know. It's a different era of time. Seven of Pentacles, fruits of labor. This was just labor, never enjoying the fruit. If you talk about fruits of labor and you talk about Empress and fertility and all that shit, it's like the woman has the baby but doesn't really enjoy the raising of that child, doesn't enjoy what she has done, this kind of thing. If it's fruits of labor, work, and it's money, but not really enjoying the relationships that you really are working so hard for in the family, that kind of thing. But there needs to be more balance. There's an evaluation going on about that. The Hangman, there's a new perspective entirely on this. This new perspective means there has been a willing sacrifice. Don't judge him too harshly. It was a willing sacrifice. He made the choices he made from the better part of his heart, even if sometimes he was an asshole, even if sometimes he got it wrong. He tried to make the choices from the better part of his heart, so you need to make the choices for your life from the better part of your heart and do the best you can, following your own intuition, following your own highest self, and realize that you'll make willing sacrifices along the way too, and sometimes you're going to get it wrong. It's okay. Knight of Cups, your quest for the Grail for yourself. There's a recognition of missed opportunity coming through here. There's a recognition of missed opportunity, but you're to go on the adventures for yourself. It would serve you well to have a companion knight along the trip with you, and the companion knight is the Knight of Wands that wants to go with you. Somebody that's fiery, somebody that's inspired, not somebody that's just about the money, 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 and only goes if they find you useful, but somebody that goes with you that inspires you along the way. I'm seeing 2 horses here, and I'm seeing the 2 knights here. Even though the Knight of Cups is here, you need the Knight of Inspiration here also. King of Swords. This feels further back. This feels like information further back. This feels like what was taught before, and this is the strategy. The strategy was what it was, what it was. It doesn't mean you should miss the joy of the game. If all you're doing is playing the game, playing the game, playing the game, and you're only playing to win, you lose the joy of the journey. Yeah, this is coming through. There's something coming through in spring. We're coming through in April. What we got? We've got the Page of Staffs entering in. Now this is new. We've got the World. Something's completing in April and stepping into something new, advancement going on. The Wheel of Fortune coming through. These are gorgeous cards. This is really time. And again, you got a carousel imagery for the horses. You really, really got to figure out where it is you want that journey to go. Then you get the Page of Staffs entering in, and I wanted the Knight of Staffs to be here along this ride, but this is indicating the new start. If you get the page, you better be aware the difference between man and boy, but you also need to have somebody that inspires you. And the 6 of Staffs, here's the horse. It just takes a little bit for the horse to catch up. There's the victory coming in. That's when I've got it. That's what's coming through with the message there. So there's a lesson of a gentle understanding and forgiveness that needs to be had in order for you to move forward. And understanding that era of time was what it needed to be to serve the cause for them. But now you're in your era of time and you're going to do it differently, and that serves the cause for you. And it's quite a dynamic difference, a radical difference, but it's understood. There's a gentleness that will come from this down the track. Yeah, there will be a gentling of the heart is what I'm getting. That's complete. I hope that makes sense to you.
Okay. He's from the silent generation, so the different eras are so true.
Yeah. It feels like, I was a kid in the 80s and teen in the 80s, and sometimes with my own son, it's like, okay, I don't get this. What is every day, wear your pajamas to work day, or what is this why is this the way you're choosing your path? And so even with one generation, it can be a little bit different. If he's from the silent generation, that's even trickier. So it feels like you're further ahead in the generational mode, way of doing, than the generation you were actually born in. And he might be really tightly holding on to what was the older pattern.
He'll be 83 in January.
Yeah. Love him anyway. Love him while you got him here. Love him for his flaws anyway. He didn't know how to do better. So, yeah, that's what I got.
All right, Angie.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, my parents are of silent generation. My mom is still here. She'll be 93 next year. She was born in 32.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's crazy to have somebody that old in the family.
It's crazy to think we're getting that
and
old.
She's so straightforward. She doesn't give a shit about politically correct or anything like that.
Nothing.
She just tells you how it is, how she feels, and she could give a shit how you feel.
And I kind of want to be her when I grow up. She's excellent. So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Vika, I think it is. It really is. I'll be 42 in February, so it's a huge generational gap. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, Angie.
All right.
That's
I think that's it. Should we do a collective?
Do a collective, Angie.
All right. Which one are we doing collective in? We're doing collective in stained glass. Okay. There's something about this deck and the whole Notre Dame thing that comes through for me. And there's something I'm loving about that connection with this deck specifically. Let's see what's coming through. With Notre Dame so recently reopening, it's not just about the pious, it's not just about the beauty or what would be perceived as beauty. It's the shelter. We have the 7 of Cups here and the 8 here. The 7 is when we're delusional and trying to figure things out and pie in the sky thinking, head in the clouds, a window shopper card, all of that. And then here, we have this gorgeous, gorgeous 8. And this is when we go towards what it is that we're longing for. In the meantime, what happens? In the meantime, we have tradition turned on its head, so to speak. Tradition renewed, but from a different point of view. We've got the 7 of Swords coming in. But I'm telling you, this feels very much like the 8 of Cups in a reverse. If this were to be reverse in Return of the Prodigal. And then we've got also the 7 of Swords leaving camp. So give me a minute with this. There is something about tradition that has been turned on its head. And even though they rebuilt Notre Dame, there was new traditions added to make it fortified, to make it stronger, to honor what it is. Old school religious ways, old school organized religion is done very different. A lot of people are doing religion and spirituality in an entirely different way, but honoring the gods that are older than even the cathedral itself. Honoring the essence of what led to spirituality there in the first place. There is something that's coming through about honoring your own personal spiritual quest, protecting what's priority to with your spiritual needs, and the need of your soul is huge coming through here. The 10 of Swords. It's not an easy thing. It's a painful thing to leave some of these beliefs, or some people that don't know how to accept that we're going to do this on our own terms, and leave them in the past in some way. In some ways they feel a betrayal, and it's not a betrayal as much as that you just choosing what truth that you want to carry. You are meant to choose the truth to carry. Nobody else can do that for you. You must go towards what you long for. And the Knight of Swords, there's valor, there's courage, there's integrity in doing this. It's not as reckless as they might see it. There's valor in it, and it needs to be done. You know your quest, you know your grail. For you to pursue the Holy Grail in your own, by your own terms, by your own lights, that's hugely important for you. That's what I've got. That's complete.
Woo.
Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Really, really heady energy when you combine that with the whole thinking and beauty of what has come about with Notre Dame. Really, really beautiful.
Okay, Ange.
Yeah, that's what I got. Follow your own soul's truth. All right.
Okay, that is
And
it for
that's
tonight.
it for today.
When
I
is your
will be
next
on
show?
Monday at 11. I'll see you then. That's when I'll be on.
Monday at 11 and maybe Wednesday or Wednesday?
Probably Wednesday. Well, Is Wednesday Christmas?
It is. So
I don't know what's going to happen on
So
Christmas.
that's
We'll
right.
see.
That's right.
So
Christmas.
we'll see. We'll play it how we can. So that's what we got going.
Maybe a Christmas Eve show. I don't know.
We'll see.
However you want to do it, Angie.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'll see you for sure Monday at 11. I hope you guys are all doing good, taking care of yourselves, getting rest, staying warm and cozy.
Chad is here too, and he's
Hey,
been
Chad.
here. Thank you, Angie, Gogs, Lucy, Nell, and Mo. Thank you for
Yes,
sharing
yes,
your
yes.
wisdom.
Yes, always.
Steph's
All
here.
right.
Much love.
Much love, guys.
Have
Much
a good
love
night,
to you
everyone.
guys.
Vika, I'll be here. Brandy said.
Okay. All right. And we'll post
All
this
right.
up to YouTube pronto.
Steph, I appreciate you both so much. Thank you.
Yep, you betcha.
Yes,
We
Steph.
love you guys. Mwah.
Love you. Take care, everyone. Have
Take
a
care.
great rest of your weekend. Angie, we'll see you on Monday.
Bye, guys.